Good morning and welcome to Good Samaritan Orphans and Widows Home, Rangoon, Myanmar. We are going to have memorizing Bible verses. John chapter 1 verses 1 to 23. And Zamnu is going to have memorizing Bible verses. So these are our kids. Okay, these are our kids. We are 13 children right now, and we hope and pray that some more may come to the orphanage home. And Zamnu is going to have memorizing Bible verses, John chapter 1 verses 1 to 23.
In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The same was in the beginning with God. All things were made through Him. Without Him was not anything made that was made. In Him was life, and the life was the light of man. And the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not comprehended it. There came a man sent from God, whose name was John. Now John came as a witness, that he might testify about the light, that all might believe through him. He was not the light, but was sent, that he might testify about the light. The true light that enlightens everyone was coming into the world. He was in the world, and the world was made through him, and the world did not recognize him. He came to his own, and those who were his own did not receive him. But to all who did receive him, to them he gave the right to become children of God, to those who believe in his name. Children born not of blood, nor of the desire of the flesh, nor born of the will of man, but are born of God. And the Word became flesh and lived among us. We saw his glory, the glory of the one and the only Son, who came from the Father, full of grace and truth. So testify about him. He cried out, saying, This was he of whom I said, He who comes after me has surpassed me, for he was before me. He existed before me. Yes, he was before me. He existed before me. And from his fullness we have all received grace upon grace. For the law was given through Moses, but grace and truth came through Jesus Christ. Grace and truth came from Jesus Christ. No one has ever seen God, but the one and only Son, who is himself God, and at the sight of the Father has made him known. And this is testimony of John, when the Jews and priests and Levites from Jerusalem to ask him, Who are you? He confessed and did not deny, but he confessed, I am not the Christ. And they asked him, What then? Are you Elijah? He said, I am not. They asked him, What then? Are you the prophet? And he answered, No. Then they said to him, Who are you? Give us an answer to take back to those who sent us. What do you say about yourself? And John said, I am the voice of one shouting aloud in the wilderness, Isaiah the prophet said, make straight the way of the Lord, as Isaiah the prophet said. May God bless you all.